And in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about it. Noumena, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And I thought the name was familiar because, Ante, you were on the show 3 years ago, almost to the day.
Oh.
Episode 55. Now, this new one that we're recording is going to be like episode 800, but I thought that was fantastic. So we chatted about the Wrath of the Forest and the Messenger, Metsan Viha and Sananan Sataya.
Yes.
So just a little bit of history there. So welcome back, my good man.
Thank you. Really good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So hello, and listeners listening in, welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris. Usually on my right-hand side is my right-hand man, Gabriel, but he is currently in school doing his learning. Today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have Noumena, and they've got a new album called Anima, which is released on September 4th via Haunted Zoo Productions. As you guys heard in the intro there, Noumena and I go way back when the Rock Metal Podcast was in diapers. Maybe it's still in diapers. I don't know. But good to have you back on, and good to hear that Noumena's got some new stuff, and I can't wait to chat about this. So once again, welcome to the show, Auntie.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, initially we were chatting a little bit about coronavirus. Unfortunately, it may sound like there's some coronavirus in the family there. So hopefully all is well. Now, I guess in terms of as a band, how has this year gone for you guys?
We had big plans, really like big stuff, all those European stuff hopefully coming up, and then hit the corona. And we just have to focus on our upcoming album. So it turned out nice, but it's always nice to play shows, and I thought that we had really great opportunities to hit Europe this summer. So a little bit good and a little bit bad. Like I think for most of us have been experiencing this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned a little bit good. Is there any blessings in disguise as far as maybe you guys had some more time to work on other aspects of the band's plans for the year?
Yeah, and we are in a good place now, so we are able to do a little bit pre-production on our upcoming on the next album already. So we have almost one album already some sort of composed, and we are like picking the something new, and then picking the songs for the next album already. So it's been that way. It has turned out like nicely, because we have always been everyone has always waited that so many years for the next Noumena album. So I think we will be recording our next album hopefully on next year, starting next year, I think.
Okay. Well, I guess it brings up a couple interesting questions. And one thing that you mentioned was waiting so many years for a new album. And I guess going back to Anima, why did it take so long to work on Anima?
I think Anima was like a fast process. Or I don't know fast, but it didn't take like 7 years. And I think there's some period when we make like albums once in a 7 or 5 or 4 years. So it's fast for us, but life turns out this way, and we cannot make albums as fast as we can. So we are a little bit separated in Finland. It's a big country, and we cannot make music as much as we would like to. So I think it's because of that.
Okay. Now, something else you had mentioned was working on writing a new album and recording the new album starting next year. I guess my next question is, well, why not just start recording it now?
Yeah, we're still hoping to tour a little bit, so hopefully we can like tour a little bit and take a little break and then start rehearsing and recording. So hopefully we will come up like some sketch on the on the end of the year, and then we can start rehearsing and making like little bit arrangements to the songs. So it takes time, and then maybe we can record stuff. And then there's I'm a little bit of like I would like to experiment a little bit, like what is the right way to put out music? Is it this old kind of album style of making music, or would it be interesting to make like a couple of songs and then release it, and then wait a little bit and then release a couple of songs, and then maybe later we can put those on the whole album and put it under the some label or title. So I don't know what we are going to do.
Okay, well, there's always some time to figure that out. And something else you had mentioned was rehearsing, and so that takes me into some of the other elements of this year. Have you guys then been working on this record in person in the rehearsal studio, or has this been something a little bit more remote?
We have been able to do it like in the old school way, that it wasn't Corona wasn't that big when we had everything on tape. So we had the plan, and we could execute it the way we would like to do it, and we did it like old school way. But in the mixing process took time, and then there's cover stuff and everything. So it took time to like we couldn't multitask it. So we take it took like months to like the post production part. It took, I think, if you're in a big label, everything like just comes in places. But we had we are in a smaller production, so it's like more scheduling, and we couldn't do it simultaneously.
Okay. Now, there's a couple things across my desk here, speaking of the new album, that I wanted to chat about. And one of them is that Anima represents the darkest and the most melancholic record so far.
Yes, that's true.
I'm curious, take us through that. Was that a conscious decision, or is that just how it came to be?
We had like almost 2 albums of songs. We had that much material, and I think everyone had always like said that it's little bit, there's the songs on the album there's so much like mixed stuff. There's one song that is really slow, and then there's like happier songs and more faster songs. So maybe we did like a decision to make slower and like darker and more melancholic album at first, and then we have saved those faster ones for the next one. So, and it's like thematic, like on the theme that is really dark, and it's about like it's more about gloomier stuff of life, the album, and there was much of that darker parts in everyone's life. So I think it's because of that we made the decision to do like this kind of an album.
Okay, that was good. My question is, lyrically, how did it come about? And you mentioned, unfortunately, it seems like there was a bit of gloom in some people's lives over the last little bit.
Yeah, and it's like we made a decision at that every song should be about death. So death of something or death of somebody. So that how the lyrics turn out. So it was like a little bit purifying for everyone. So to like process this kind of stuff and write it out.
Yeah. Now, something else that I see here is Marcus joined the band in 2018. So this would mark Marcus's first album with you guys. How did he impact the writing and the outcome of Anima?
As Marcus is a great musician, and I think he gives really his whole musicianship to every song, and he has these great ideas that I think that it shows up on like arrangement and stuff, and he was like producing my parts also, so we had good time in studio to make those, and but I think there was many songs were like already written before Marcus joined the band. So there's one song from him, but I think we will hear him a little bit more on the next albums.
Okay, very cool. Now, getting into these tracks, today we're going to chat about two tracks, one of which has a video, which is Saatto and Totuus.
Yes.
What are these tracks? Let's start with Satto. What is Satto?
It started that Suvi like ordered from Ville this kind of song. She said that every song is good, but they are almost always they are on the how do you say, on the hard tune, or they are going they are the melodies are that high or that low that it doesn't suit her that well. So he ordered this song that it's, I don't know, was it in C minor or C major? No, not major, but maybe C minor or C minor. So she said that this would be perfect for my voice, and I think it was next day or week before or after that, Ville sent us his demo about this song, and that was it. So it was like full song. It didn't even needed little much arrangement. It was like it was like perfect from the start, and I think it was detailed from the chorus parts and those like melodies, and everything was in his head from the start. And I think it's like, I don't know, it's nice to be part of something and see to be really near about that kind of musician that can make those kind of songs like from the scratch in a like couple of days. And it's about it's a sad story about the person who is in his or her deathbed, and it's like really touching song. I don't know what to say. It's like it gives me chills every time I hear it.
I bet. Now, when it comes to the track Totuus, am I saying that right? Totuus?
Yes, Totuus.
Totuus. What is Totuus about?
I think Totuus is about as a song. It's really old song. It's from the days Suvi joined the band in like 10 years ago, I think, and it was a song that we rehearsed but didn't get it quite right. I think I'm not that smart when it comes what comes to music, so I didn't hear it quite right, and I couldn't like put the parts or make those parts right in my head. So it was really hard song for me and for us to play and to get it right, and maybe we have grown a little bit as a band and as a persons and musicians. So Ville said when we were starting to compose songs about this Anima, he said that he would like to have this song on the album, and we said that are you kidding me? So he said that yes, we can make it right, and he said that it's going to sound perfect, and he was, as always, he was right to that it came out right. And it's like, I think apart from the little arrangements we have made, like when we asked Markus to join, there's like three guitar parts and stuff, but apart from that, it's like what Ville meant from the start. And it had English lyrics at first, but when we made the decision to sing again in Finnish, we made the Finnish words, and I think those came out right. It's like, well, it's the melodies are the same, and I think it's Ville is pleased for the song now. So yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was going to ask, is that the only track that had English lyrics and then was translated into Finnish?
Yes. Those lyrics weren't translated. I think I made the lyrics now. Ville made those earlier, but I stole Ville's melodies and but those are still his melodies. But I like followed his melodies, and it's like 1-to-1 copy, but in Finnish.
Okay, yeah, because I was reading that the decision was made, just like on the previous album, to have the entire thing in Finnish. But I guess my next question is, since there are English lyrics for at least one song, is there a plan to release an English version?
That would be nice, yeah. Would people like to hear it in English?
I think so, and since the lyrics are already there and the melody is the same, it should be pretty easy to do.
Yeah. It could be done as a bonus, yeah.
And you only have to record the vocal track because the instrumentation would be the same, right?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Boom. There we go. I think we just figured out the 7-inch vinyl bonus track.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Well, Antti, I don't know that I have really any other questions. We chatted about the album. We chatted about what you guys have been up to this year. That you guys are writing some new stuff, which is fantastic. I guess one of my other questions is, are you guys doing anything as far as live streams or acoustic sets or anything like that on, say, YouTube or Facebook?
We have been discussing it, and hopefully we can do a little bit extras, like live stream extras someday. And it's like the corona thing raises its head. So I think we are, that's the only way we can share our music to the audience live. If this hits really hard, this corona. So we had one acoustic show in our old hometown like a couple of weeks ago, and it could be done again on live audience also. I mean, like live stream also.
Okay. Very cool stuff. Now, if you're listening in and you want to get to the links to stay up to date with everything at Noumena, then go ahead and go to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, and I'll have all the information from today's show as well as the website, which is noumena.info. But if you head over to the show notes for today, rockmetalpodcast.ca, you can go ahead and click that link, and it'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, Antti, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thank you. It was the greatest pleasure for the day. Like it was saving of the day. It was really, really nice to be here.
Oh, why, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment to my heart.
Yes, of course.